Hi, good morning, everybody. Welcome back. I'm here with my really good friend and my colleague, Tace McNeil. Tace and I actually came out today for a visit to this Ottawa Gem. So, this is a part of the Ottawa Gem series, Thrive Select Thrift, which is a thrift store is managed by.
The Big Brothers Big Sisters of Ottawa.
So, what we'll do is we'll quickly take 5 minutes to talk about the store, talk about a little bit about the history, talk about the organization, and then we'll give you a quick glimpse of the store from inside. But let me start with what we want you to do. So, a couple of things. We want you to know about a really great organization that's doing really good things in Ottawa. Again, as I've been making a case, Ottawa is not just about technology companies and the government services. There's a whole ecosystem of other organizations, other individuals, other businesses that you should be aware of, especially if you're looking to make Ottawa a place where you're going to have your family. And finally, we want you to come visit. So they walked us today through their social enterprise, which is the store. They shared their numbers with us, what they are looking for, and what they would really benefit from is footfall. People coming in, people supporting them. And I think the most important thing before we start getting into things is every dollar you spend with a social enterprise like this, which is set up as a business, that dollar is not just creating an impact here in this space, but proceeds of that dollar are also going towards the programming that Big Brothers Big Sisters Ottawa has on the ground. So, Case, why don't we move towards there and just quickly walk us through the history of this place?
So Thrive Thrift Shop opened almost 2 years ago, September 2022. They grew out of Big Brothers Big Sisters Ottawa's wholesale clothing program, so donations to clothing bins. And they saw an opportunity to bring more revenue in to support their amazing programs and also create a space that's welcoming for their community.
Perfect. So, talk about the storage bins. So that folks, especially those who are new to Ottawa,
Yeah.
they understand what we're talking about.
So BBBSO, Big Brothers Big Sisters Ottawa, has several donation bins around the city where folks can drop off gently used clothing or household items. For a long time, they've collected those and sold them wholesale, and they still do that. But now they have an opportunity to take some of the highest quality items that have the biggest resale value and put them on here at their store.
So, just for the concept of a thrift store is a location where you can come and buy items. Principally, they tend to be clothes, but you can find other items there too. Like when we walked through, we saw books, we saw
Furniture.
household items, we saw kitchen
Yep.
appliances, utensils, but typically I wouldn't call them recycled goods, but it's definitely stuff that's being kept away from the dumpster.
Yeah.
So not only is it creating an affordable solution for those who are looking for things and don't want to buy at full retail price, it's also keeping stuff away from
Keeps things out of the
wastage
landfill.
and creates a bit of a recycled economy, an economy where everybody talks about how we are looking for a circular economy, and thrift stores are right at the core of that economy, and especially thrift stores that are managed by charities like Big Brothers Big Sisters Ottawa. So they were going to start in 2020. Yeah.
They were going to start in 2020. Obviously, the pandemic hit, made it very challenging to start a new retail location. But they held on, they kept their business plan, and they found this location, and they opened in 2022.
And they have a lease for this location for 5 years.
That's
That's
right.
what we understood. And also, there was one thing that I do want to say out loud, because I know there's people who are listening to this who will want to hear it, the underlying business elements and business concepts, where I will talk about the social enterprising quickly. But something that I even made a note of, uh, Susan, the executive director, she's the executive director of BBBSO. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She mentioned sustainability and then immediately said future proofing. I really like the term, and I think that's a term that we should be using more, where it's not about sustainability looked just in terms of revenues, dollars generated, but sustainability that's looked at in the context of how it allows an organization to continue their growth,
Mm-hmm.
continue their impact in the future. So, Tace, anything else that somebody watching this would want to know about Big Brother, Big Sister, Ottawa?
Just that all the revenue from this goes back into their core programming. So BBBSO runs mentor-mentee relationships for youth. They have specialized programs for youth from different backgrounds, for LGBTQ plus youth, and all of the funding here at the store, all the money here at the store goes back to support that.
And today also there's a special event here, yeah?
This afternoon, there's a special clothing swap, gender affirming for individuals who are going through transitions.
And we were told that these happen almost once a month, but the one today is even more special in terms of that they're going to take the financial burden away from those who come visit today, because of what we heard from Hope, who the big heart, the big shoulders that's managing this operation and should get all credit for it. What we heard from Hope today was that it's an acknowledgement of that often the process financially is a very taxing process. So this is why when I talk about Ottawa being a community and how much I love this community, often when I am walking around in my technology circles, it's difficult for people to from that gathering to get a sense of all that it takes for a community to be what it is. And this is a perfect example of the kind of organizations that are often in the background,
Yeah.
doing great work, hustling, working hard every single day, and that deserve as much of our attention as some of these social media companies, some of the knowledge-based companies, because uh, just the way they are leading the direction for the future of innovation in our community, assist with the economic development imperatives around employment. These organizations and these facilities do exactly the same. So they showed us their back operation where volunteers come, volunteers help. They talked about almost 45 plus volunteers.
45 plus adult volunteers, and they have a co-op program with youth as well. So last year they had about 80 volunteers all told, they said.
And a presence with 4 schools,
Yep.
which is what I heard. Also, they talked about how in interagency relationships they're working with other agencies.
Yep.
I've heard Christie Lake Kids being mentioned.
Yep.
We heard
Tamir Foundation, Dover Court Recreation Center, um, BGC Ottawa.
exactly. So we'll walk in very quickly. We don't want to take too much time, but Ace and I will just give you a very quick look of what it's like in here. I so
Of course.
extremely well set up. Your retail experience coming into the facility is not going to be any different from the experience that you're used to. Lots of branding, extremely well set up. Um, when you come in, you see the joy of volunteerism with the people who are working here. So come in. They need. We asked them specifically what is it that they need for support, and the key thing that they said was we need the word of mouth to be out there. We want people to know that this store exists as an option for them when they are in the Merivale area. So Taste, what's the location here?
1547 Merivale in Emerald Plaza near the library.
So right by the Meadowlands and Merivale, that intersection.
Yep.
It's right by there. It used to be a TD Bank here. For those who've been to the TD Bank in Emerald Plaza, also this is right opposite to Frisco and Staples. So this is that big plaza. If you just go past with Staples on your right, if you just go past it, this is exactly the store that you're gonna hit if you're just driving down. So with that, we're gonna take your leave. But again, we had our boss here with us today, and he ended up buying a really high-end jacket from here. I tried one too, but I just have so many suits and I don't really like dressing up. So, Jason, I'm gonna take your leave. We are from the Ottawa Community Foundation. We love what we do, and one of the biggest reasons we get up every day in the morning, come to our work, and try doing what we're doing is because folks like these, organizations like these, are doing what they're doing on the ground. Please, thank you very much.
Thank you, Manu.